right, and welcome to this week's episode of Play by Play. I am your host, Andy Horton, alongside my co-host, Jared Bergstrom. It's episode number 186, my apologies. Well, we are about halfway through the NBA Finals, I guess you could say. It could be more than halfway through, but we've had 3 games played, so we will talk about where the finals sit as the Knicks lead 2-1 right now. We have to get into the Reds. I think we both thought it was going to be a good week. It wasn't. That being said, even though the Reds are 1-4 currently in the last week, I am still ridiculously optimistic, which I think we're both a little surprised about.
Ridiculous is right.
Got to talk about the Brendan Sorsby news that broke yesterday. I think most people thought his college football career was over. Mm-hmm. And it's not over quite yet, at least. So we'll get into that, and then I guess let's start in baseball.
Well, you're the optimistic one, so we'll let you start it off then.
It was a tough week for the Reds. Abbott kind of struggled a little bit. I mean, it's not like he had a bad start, but it was one of those times where it just felt like Tito left him out there a hair too long. 6 innings, only giving up, I think it was 1 run. And then he went back out for the 6th. Yeah, he had only given up 1 run in the first 6 innings. He went out for the 7th inning, and I think he was at like 88 pitches. And we were just trying to get a little bit more out of him. And it turned out not to work. Gave up a couple of hits. And T.J. Antone, though, he was able to come in and he got out of a bases-loaded jam. Can't be any more happy for T.J. Antone. You know, the 3 Tommy Johns. A lot of people never thought he would get back here. And not only has he gotten back to the major leagues, but he's looked pretty good. A 3.4 ERA right now. Been definitely one of the better guys in the bullpen over the last couple of weeks. Been an absolute savior for the Reds, for sure. Been able to come in a couple of big situations and help us out. He got a save earlier in the season. Love to see that. Zach McCambley. It was his first bad outing of the season that night. He gave up 4 hits, 3 runs in the 8th inning. Oh, I'm sorry, no, just 4 innings. Giving up 3 runs. In the first 2 appearances was 2/3 of an inning, 2 Ks, and a walk. Then 2 1/3 innings, 2 Ks, and a walk. Both of those times he only gave up 1 hit. So right now, you get 2 out of 3 good outings. He seems as though he's going to be a nice bullpen piece for us here the rest of the week, or excuse me, here the rest of the year, assuming he stays healthy. A great return for Rhys Hines. So I'm very happy about the pickup of McCambley. It's been a nice couple of games. Like I said, the last outing wasn't what we wanted it to be, but, you know, it's not going to be flawless for a young reliever. Mm-hmm. You know, one of the things that is keeping me so optimistic is the fact that, you know, it's not like we have a ton of injuries. It's just the injuries that we have been so impactful. I mean, obviously not having Hunter Green is ridiculously massive. Can't talk about how much it'll do for this team if we actually are able to have a stretch where Burns, Abbott, Lodolo, and Louder are all healthy. And then you add Green into that. That really is – it was supposed to be the strength of the Reds all season. Mm-hmm. And really it still kind of has been. It just wasn't – it hasn't been the strength that it was supposed to be. The last couple of starts, it seems as though Nick Lodolo has been getting it together. You know, he didn't have the spring training that we were used to. And I saw this morning that last night he went to Tito and was like, hey, if this game continues, because last night's game went 11 innings, he went to Tito and said, if you need me, put me in. And, you know, like, for a guy who has struggled with injuries and, you know, keeping that blister away, it's just really awesome to see him. He's like, no, you guys need me. I want to be the guy to be able to go out and help us win. And I don't want to talk crap about Hunter Green, but it's kind of refreshing to go from Hunter Green, who, waited till spring training to go and fix his issue, to where, Nick Lodolo is kind of on the other end of that. He very easily could be like, I don't want to pitch extra because I'm trying to stay healthy. I don't want for the blister to become an issue. No, he understands how important these games are right now. And especially with the fact that we're the only team in the division that has dropped below 500, you just got to hang around. You can't let this season get too far away. And I don't know, I just really love that move by him saying, don't be afraid to put me out there. Brock Burke, been awesome in the pen. Sam Maul, it hasn't been, he has had a rough outing or two here as of late, but those two guys have been great. Like I said, along with TJ Antone. And then also, can't forget about Caleb Ferguson, who, I'm pretty sure, he's still yet to give up a run. He's pitched 6 times, 7 2/3 innings. So big to have him back. And he's literally been flawless, giving up 4 hits so far, walked a couple of guys, but you love seeing that ERA at 0.000 and a whip that is also sub-1. Getting to some of the injuries, Pagan. Well, shoot, we didn't even mention Ellie last week, did we?
I think we did.
Well, maybe we mentioned it, but we definitely didn't have a lot of time to talk about it. Ellie went down with a slight hamstring issue. He was supposed to get checked out. They were going to do another MRI, I think over the weekend or maybe next week. They've decided that they're going to move that up to Friday because he's looking so good. So that's big for him, just, trying to get healthy. And the Reds can't survive without Ellie De La Cruz. But Emilio Pagan, he is now on the 15-day IL. He has started throwing downhill. This is the first time that he is, since the big hamstring issue, that he has pitched from a mound. I think they said it was either yesterday or the day before. He pitched. He's probably not going to be the Emilio Pagan from last year, but,
If you can get something back from him.
Yeah, and I just think it's going to be so big just to have the structure, some of the structure back there in the bullpen. Pierce Johnson, he is also working his way back. Ashcraft and Williamson are really the two guys that are...
long return.
And you'd love to get Ashcraft back, though we don't even know if we're going to be able to get him back this year because, they were talking about him maybe getting Tommy John.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would be awful because he's one of the relievers that we have that can give us some length.
We'd rather do that now and he'd be ready for next season instead of waiting.
Yeah, we will see how that goes. I guess a few days ago, last Wednesday, he got a plasma injection into his elbow. Hopefully that helps out. Something I have liked outside of his first 2 games, Edwin Arroyo has been fun to watch. I was ready to throw him in the garbage after the first 2 games, though. Some of the at-bats were absolutely disgusting. Like, he was swinging at some trash. That being said, after the first couple of games, it seems like that's turned around a little bit. Most of his at-bats have been pretty competitive, in my opinion. Hitting 227 right now, so it's not, he's not a world beater, but he's trying to adjust to the next level. And, it's not like Matt McLean has played amazing since he's been up, but he has played a little bit better. June has been a little kinder to Matt. He's hit 3 home runs here in the month already, so that's a good thing for sure. Here in June, he is, before this game started, was 7 for 21 with 3 homers and 5 walks. So definitely a big uptick for him. Hope that Arroyo being here can kind of continue to have that fire lit under him. And
He's batting .333 with 7 hits, 3 homers, like you said, 5 ribbies, and 6 runs scored.
Yeah, has definitely been a bit of a relief considering how bad he's been and how with Ellie being gone, we need the help. And he's picked it up a little bit. Hopefully he can continue to do that. He is 0 for 2 today, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Hope he can continue to just pull those numbers up a little bit, and you just got to think at some point Gino's going to start hitting.
All we can do is hope.
He has dropped his batting average down to, I guess he actually did get another hit earlier. So he's got hits in the last 2 games because he got a double that gave us the lead last night in the 10th. That got, I think it was Spencer Steer home. And then today he was able to,
Andy texted me at 1 o'clock in the morning. It's like, Andy, I'm in bed.
Oh, I knew that you were in bed, but it's like, finally, Gino.
Ooh.
I also texted you, of course we go to extras on a game that had a 9:40 start time.
Yeah, Jared was in bed by 11:30.
Let's see. Yeah, Sal Stewart hit a big home run last night to get us the lead back in the 11th. And let's see, who was it that finished that game off? Was it Maxwell? I felt like it was. Yeah, Zach Maxwell was able to come out with a save. His numbers on the season don't look great. But that really is just because of the St. Louis game. He's played in 6 games so far this season, and he's given up 9 runs, which isn't good, but he gave up 4 of them against St. Louis. So you take that away, and he's only given up 5, and that takes the ERA from 13 to, I don't know, what does it make the ERA? Much lower, though.
Yeah, that I'd have to look at the math.
More than cuts it in half. And he's one of those guys over the last couple of years that is one of the relievers that the Reds have kind of been waiting on. If they're going to be able to, the Reds haven't been able to bring many relievers up over the last couple of years that have been effective. Most of the guys that have been effective, like last year, Scott Barlow, he came from outside the organization. Pagan comes from outside the organization. Mull, Burke, all those guys. Not lifelong Reds. So the fact that, Maxwell has had a handful of good outings and TJ Antone is getting, has looked good here since we've brought him up, very encouraging signs. So I'm the positive one. You're not being positive right now. So how do you feel?
His ERA would be 6. Maxwell. I just did the math.
It's not great, but definitely way better.
Hold on. You said knock out 4 runs. It'd be 450.
Yeah, not great, but way better than 13 and a half.
We're only 2 games down. It's just the fact that we haven't played Milwaukee yet this year. We've only got 1 series with the Cardinals done, so we got a lot of baseball left with the division, but we have struggled with the division this year.
2-13? 2-15?
Oh my, is it that bad?
Yeah. That kind of actually makes me think that things are going to turn around because it's not possible that the Reds go 10-60 against the division or whatever. I mean, what, you play each team 13 times. So what, that's 52 times. The Reds aren't going to go, what, that would be 6-46? They're not going to go 6-46 against the division. I would put every dime I have ever made and will ever make on that. Like, it's not possible for it to stay that bad.
2-13.
Yeah. So
it's not good.
they just regressed to the mean with the division games and win and play the rest of the. If we just win literally 50% of the remaining division games and play the rest of the team, the rest of the league, the way we have so far, we got to be a 90-plus win team.
We'll see. Is there any moves that you think? I had an article, but I closed it on accident. What the Reds might do at the All's trade deadline?
I have seen that people are saying that Taylor Ward could be a possible add if the Reds are in position to add. Would give us another bat in the outfield that's
August 3rd.
is somewhat reliable.
I mean, when was the last time that the Reds were adding at the deadline?
Last year. And Ward, he's hitting 260, 20 RBI, 64 hits, 3 homers. I mean, hey, I'll take a guy that can hit 260 any day. And something, I think he typically hits more homers than what he has right now. Yeah. Over the last 4 years, Taylor Ward has hit almost 100 home runs? Yeah, he's just shy, like 99, 98 home runs or something from 2022 to 2025. He's only got 3 this year when he had 36 last year. And going from Baltimore to Cincinnati, you're going to a more hitter-friendly park. Maybe those home run numbers would tick back up.
Let's see. 4 players the Reds could part with by the trade deadline. Yeah, you talked about him a lot. Caleb Ferguson.
Yeah, he has played for a playoff team every single year of his career. Either he has been on a team that makes the playoffs, or he gets traded to a team that makes the playoffs every single year.
Damn.
Because he's one of the best lefty relievers that there is, or maybe it's relievers against lefties.
Okay. Brock Burke.
Yeah, he's been a nice piece for the Reds so far here this year. I think his ERA is just a tick over 3. So yeah, there'd be plenty of teams that if the Reds are not competing for a playoff spot, we could definitely get something nice back for him. Yeah, he throws throws left, so that means he's good against lefties.
And then 2 fielders, Nathaniel Lowe and Ke'Bryan Hayes.
I wouldn't be upset with the Ke'Bryan Hayes because they just get the contract off the books, and I mean, he's just not been able to do anything for us offensively, and he hasn't even been as good. It's not like he's been bad defensively, but he hasn't been as good as what we really need him to be. Back to Ferguson real quick, a career ERA of 3.58 out of the bullpen. And then Lowe, You know, I don't think we would get a lot for him, but, you know, if you're not in playoff contention, that's another, you know, find a team that actually is in playoff contention and be able.
It's a good bet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think where all has Caleb Ferguson played.
Oh, where hasn't he played? Let's see. He was with the Dodgers the first 5 years, and then traded to the Yankees, spent a year with Houston. Started 2024 with the Yankees. They traded him to Houston during the season. Started 2025 with Pittsburgh. They traded him to Seattle.
All right.
And last year in Seattle, he pitched. He actually didn't pitch a ton with them. I mean, well, I guess it's actually not a bad number when you look at it. 25 outings, 22 innings, 3.27 ERA. See, if the bullpen can just get it together, frankly, if the team can just stop walking dudes, like the Reds are going to start winning a heck of a lot more baseball games. So we're going to talk about the next week?
I don't know. We talked about it last week, and we've been drugged through the fucking dog shit.
Well, we talk about it every week.
I know, but I think, well, never mind. We did lose 9 in a row. Oh, we didn't do a show that week.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah. Let's see. Oh, we got louder on Saturday. Okay, so the Mets game will be over with by the time we come in and do the show.
So are we picking this one too? Because it's not over?
No, let's not do it.
Okay.
So let's see. I will say 6. Let's just go 3-3 and be optimistic and just. If we're below it, then fuck it. If we're better than it, then we'll be happier to talk about next week.
I said it last week. I felt good about it last week. I think I feel better about it this week, though. 5-1.
Oh, God. I hope you're right.
I might not be so optimistic if we have another 1-5 week next week, but we will see how that all pans out. And then after next week, then we go into a stretch. 3 against the Yankees, then Milwaukee starts. 3 against Milwaukee, 3 against Pittsburgh, 4 against Milwaukee, 3 against Baltimore, 3 against Philly, 3 against the Cubs.
Might not be talking around much about the Reds the next 2 weeks. I mean, you got to, I don't want to say it, but I mean, you got to sweep the Mets. I mean, they are horrible. You got to, I mean, let's see, so Lodolo and Rodriguez, Louder and Soroka, Abbott and Gallen for the weekend. Burns, the Mets don't have them up. Singer and Scott, and Lodolo and McLean.
Scott's been pretty good this year so far. I mean, he hasn't pitched a ton, just 36 innings, but to a 2.5 ERA.
So we'll see. Hopefully you're right. At least over the 500 mark.
Oh, I just hit the wrong button.
All right. So where are we moving to next?
Well, let's maybe talk about the rest of the league a little bit, and then while we're doing that, maybe you can talk for a second, and I will find the scoreboard stumper.
Oh shit. All right. I'll do a quick rundown of just divisional standings while you do that. In the American League East, it's deadlocked with the Rays and the Yankees. The Yankees must have a better game than them on the season because the Rays are 40-25, Yankees are 41-26. The Blue Jays are below 500 at 33-35. The Orioles 31-37, and the Red Sox are 27-39. The White Sox lead the Central, 35-31. Guardians are tied with them actually at 37-33. Then the rest of the division's under 500 with the Twins at 30-38. Detroit is just not having a great year this year at 28-39.
That being said, though, Skubal was fantastic the other night in his rehab appearance versus the Dragons. He was some masterful Ks. He was looking nasty the other night. And that's something else. I said it earlier, I don't want to dog too hard on Hunter Green. But, man, Skubal got the exact same injury 2 or 3 weeks into the season, and he's already
ready to almost
rehabbing.
come back.
Like, what the heck, dude? It's just so frustrating because you could, like, if he would have just gotten it taken care of at the end of last season, he would have had most of his off season.
He would have been ready for...
And then he would have been ready for the start of this year. Yeah, it's just so frustrating. Go ahead with Seattle.
They are the only team above 500 in the West for the American League. They're 36-32. Rangers 32-34. The Athletics 32-35. The Astros 31-38, and the Angels are at 26-42. Good Lord.
That's kind of crazy because they had a pretty good start to the season. It's just completely fallen off.
In the National League, Atlanta's still...
Oh, real quick, before you go there. Congratulations to the American League for having more than 3 teams above 500.
Well,
it took a while.
Huh? What do they got, 4?
Yes,
1, 2,
5.
3, 4, 5. Oh.
It took a while, but they're finally starting to separate a little bit. Go ahead.
In the National League East, the Braves, I'm just going to crown them now. They're the champs. They're 9 games up already at 45-22. Phillies, 9 game back at 36-31. Nationals 35-33. Marlins 32-35, and the Mets, they're in the basement. Brewers hold our division down 41-24. 4.5 game lead. Again, the Cardinals, they're not supposed to be this good. This is rebuilding. This is bullshit rebuilding. They're 36-28. The Cubs and the Pirates are both tied at 34-33. And then the Reds are 32-34. And then the Dodgers kind of have separated themselves now with Atlanta and San Diego both going on a well under 500 their last 10 games. The Dodgers are 43-24 and almost 9 games up on the Padres and the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, huge shout out to the Phillies because they started their season 9-19, and then they fired Rob Thompson. And since Joe Girardi took over, they're 29. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I got that wrong. Since the new manager took over, they have improved to 36-31. So, I mean, that means...
Don Mattingly.
Yeah, Don Mattingly, thank you.
I was about to say, hold on. The Phillies fired Girardi last year, wasn't it?
I don't know why that was the name that Google popped up for me. That was not what I was looking for. But, so that means since firing...
it was Thomas, though.
Okay, since firing Thomas, they are 27-12. That is crazy. I mean, that's fantastic. Talk about a turnaround for them. Okay, so for the scoreboard stumper, this was from the last game of the Royals series. 3 shortstops have hit 30 or more homers, collected 30 or more stolen bases, and won a Gold Glove in the same season. Who are they? And I know who all of them are.
No, you know who all of them are, then I should get them. Mm-hmm. Shortstop. Oh, you said it was the Royals?
Yep.
Well, it's got to be Bobby Witt.
Yep.
To be the player in the game.
Neither of the other 2 are active.
Okay, so retired. Shortstops. Did Barry do it?
Yes.
Okay. Huh. It was what, 30 home runs and 30 stolen bases?
Yep.
30 home runs, 30 stolen bases.
And won a Gold Glove.
Oh, and won a Gold Glove.
In the same season.
I'm blanking. So I mean, we've seen him play, right? We've seen him play. Okay.
Yeah. Used to play with him all the time on MLB The Show. Like 15 years ago.
Oh, okay. I was thinking more current. Let me go back further.
He definitely played more current, but I'm like for sure 15 years ago I was using him in the show. Back when I sucked at the show.
Trying to think. Nothing's coming to mind.
National League East.
So that's the Braves.
Phillies, Nationals, Marlins, Mets.
The only one that I knew had power would have been, what is his name for the Phillies?
Played with Ryan Howard.
Yeah. What the fuck is his name?
Jimmy Rollins.
Yes.
Yep.
God damn it.
Yep. That guy was fast.
Yeah. All right. Now we're off to.
I mean, finals or football?
Let's go finals. Because there's a lot to talk about. Oh. So it currently sits 2-1 in favor of New York. But just the way San Antonio has started every game in this series, you would feel like they would be up 3-0. I mean, they outscored them 12 in the first quarter in game 1. They outscored them 11 in the first quarter in game 2, and then they outscored them by 11 again in game 3. So the Spurs are starting the game on fire. But it's the second quarter and into the third quarter is where the Knicks, well, game 1, it was the last 3 minutes for the fourth quarter where the Knicks just, I think Brunson had 11 points. But it's like when Wemby has to go to the bench for his rest, it's like the Knicks can just capitalize on it. Like in game 2, it was 31-18 in the second quarter. In game 3, it was 42-24 in the second quarter.
Yeah, here's a wild stat I heard about this series so far. So, Wemby was on a minutes restriction most of the year, if not the whole year.
Okay.
Because they're just trying not to overwork him. You just don't really know how much you can play a guy of his size, because a guy of his size that can do all the things that he can do has never existed. But with Wemby on the floor, the Knicks are shooting 39% from the field. With Wemby off the floor, they're shooting 59%
Oh, shit.
And that in itself is wild. Not just, it's not, I don't say that because, it's like, wow, Wemby makes that big of a difference. But the Spurs had a great defense without him on the floor all season long, with Kornet out there instead. Because, like I said, Wemby, he was on a minutes restriction so that they didn't want to, get him hurt before an important part of the season got here. And they were able to do that. But it has been a completely different game, so far when Kornet has been on the floor versus when Wemby has been on the floor. And that also goes for three-pointers, though. I don't know. The crazy stat is they're also shooting like somewhere around 30% from three when Wemby's in the game, and when he's not, they're shooting 46% from three.
The Knicks?
Yes.
Oh.
This is wild how a 7-footer can affect, how a shot blocker, how a rim protector can affect jump shots.
Like that.
25 feet away from the rim. And he's just different. I'm pulling up the controversial play from Monday night.
Is that the Hart and Kornet?
No, that's not what I was talking about.
Oh.
I was talking about Wemby and Brunson. I have it right here. I don't know why my volume isn't working, but hang on. Is it that? Did I play something in the wrong place? No, not that. But so anyways, we just saw that just a second ago, and a lot of people really outraged about the fact that the refs missed that. But I think the reason why the refs missed that is right here. Like, and they'll show it again here in just a second. Like, Wemby did get real physical with Brunson and, like, pushed him in the head and stuff. And I'm not saying that that's okay, but I think they show it right here in the replay that Cat and Keldon Johnson, that was not the single fight on the play. You see this down here? I think the fact that the two giant humans on the bottom left corner of the screen were fighting, like, took the attention away from what Wemby did. It's just a great take by Hart. And then, that right there, I think I think that Josh Hart made something out of nothing right there. Kornet's coming in to just try and inbound the ball, and I just think that was completely unintentional.
Well, rewind it a little bit.
I was going to say.
Here we go.
I just kind of feel like Hart took offense to something that he didn't need to. And then the kick there, I didn't notice that. The kick in the back of the shin, or the kick in the back of the calf right here.
Oh, I didn't notice that either.
Oh, he actually got him in the front and the back of the knee.
But what I don't understand is what is the rule about bench players coming on the court?
Oh, yeah, how no one got suspended there.
How and one of them is OG. OG should have been kicked out of the game and suspended for Game 4. I think the other one was Mitchell Robinson. That was a big, or that could be a difference if he was to get suspended. But Jordan Clarkson.
No. Jordan Clarkson is not on the floor. No. That is legal. You're allowed to be in, off the bench area, in the out-of-bounds area. You're not allowed to be on the floor. I've seen this many times.
Oh.
So
I consider, if you're not on the bench,
I understand.
Yeah.
But, no. Let's see how many guys actually did come out. That is a good point.
Fucking everybody.
So who's that? That's the only other guy that comes out.
Let me see. New York Knicks roster.
And really, he barely even gets on the floor there. hang on, let's.
Was that Shamit?
Maybe. But right there, he's on the floor for like, I don't know, 4 steps. I'm with you, but you're also not trying to.
That one. I mean, if you want to get rid of the 4 steps, yeah. But Anunoby is out there pulling off Cornette.
Wait, was that OG? Are we sure? Because I thought I just saw. OG's right there.
Then who was the guy that came in? I thought it was OG.
Now let's go forward because I bet you can see OG in the back over here. Maybe. Or maybe they don't show enough here.
But
that's Alvarado.
Oh, that's Alvarado.
Well, no. Alvarado's right there.
Who's
so
this
he
one?
should have.
To the right. Is that not OG?
No, that is certainly not OG.
Oh.
OG, I'm pretty sure the shorts right there, that's OG back there.
Okay. I thought it was OG. They didn't really say anything. So who the hell is that then?
Well, okay, so that was Bridges? Yeah, the shorts that you could see right there, that was Bridges right there.
Okay.
So, yeah, Alvarado should have gotten in trouble. But also, like, nothing really happened, and you don't, they talk about all the time how you don't want the refs, deciding finals games. And, if you throw out a bench player for the next game for something really little, I could see a lot of people being upset about that. And so I guess I kind of understand. I get it, rules are rules, but I also kind of understand why they left that alone. Yeah, Cat yet to score in the 4th quarter of the finals so far. 0 for 6. 0 for 1 in the first 2 games of.
He only took 1 shot in the first 2 games.
In the 4th quarter, and then last night or Monday night he took 4 shots.
That's insane. And see, in game 2. I was about to turn it off because I think the Knicks were up. I think they were up 8 or 9 points with like a minute or 2 left.
That's the guy who went on the floor. I don't know how you say his name, but that's him.
Oh.
That's the one that you're talking about.
Okay.
Ariel something.
Sure. But then, I mean, San Antonio came back, but it's just too little too late. And, I mean, Wemby had a decent shot at that.
You're talking about?
Game 2, the game winner that he would have had if it would have went in.
I mean, shoot, but what about the possession before that or whatever, when he gave it away? He literally just threw it to, I don't know, was it Hart?
Brunson.
Brunson, okay.
Well, see,
just threw it away.
The way that he was walking up the court, they had a timeout to call, and I thought they were calling the timeout the way he was just kind of lazily walking up the court for a minute. But it's like, well, why don't you call the timeout and just advance it? So I thought they were calling a timeout, and Brunson just made a heck of a play trying to steal the possession, and they did.
Mm-hmm. And it's so weird because, like, it feels like both. Is it possible to say that it kind of feels like both teams are dominating the series? Like it definitely feels like the Spurs have more dominance.
Spurs have the first quarter for sure.
But they would be up 2-1 if it's not, if likely, if not for that Wemby turnover. So
yeah. Or they didn't go 0 for 9 in the last 2.5 minutes of game 1.
Yeah. But then, it's like the the Knicks have kind of dominated the second and the third quarters.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I guess some of that, you can really see the experience levels, like the experience difference levels between the two teams. Because, the Spurs, they come out each game with all this energy, and they jump out on top. And then it's like the veteran savviness of the Knicks kind of comes back and resettles things. But then, like, I don't know. It's made the fourth quarters of these games really fun. Definitely slugfest.
Mm-hmm.
Game 1 of the NBA Finals had a 90% increase in ratings between the finals Game 1 last year. That is insane.
It is, because, I mean, hell, the Pacers won that one on the road on a last-second shot by Hallie.
Yeah, but people just weren't excited for the series.
I was.
Well, there ain't that many Indiana fans out there, Jared.
No, we're few and far between. But at least we don't beat the shit out of other opposing teams' fans.
That is for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I just want the Knicks to lose just because of that. I mean, this guy getting his shit beat out of him because he has a Wemby jersey on outside the Garden? Nah.
Definitely wild. Brunson needs more help. Like,
especially if Cat's not going to do shit in the fourth quarter.
I mean, last night, OG had a fantastic game. He had
28.
Yeah, 28.
But still a -3 on the plus-minus. Why, was he bad? Only one turn. No, he's 9 of 13 shooting, 3 of 7 from the 3.
It's just she was on the floor the whole time that Wemby was. Yeah, he's -3, Wemby's +7.
And I mean, Hart, I didn't realize, I think it was until game 3, I think, what did Hart have? Was it game 3
Yeah, last night he had 16.
Yeah, I think he had 10 in the first quarter. Or maybe 10 in the first half.
Yeah, he's not really done anything.
No.
He didn't really do anything the first 2 games of the series. Had 3 points in games 1 and 2 combined.
But in game 1, that was his 16 boards and 6 assist game, and game 2 was his game 2 was 6 and 4, so not a lot.
But then Bridges, he's also had a tough series. Had 9 points in game 1. Had a really good game 2, but 2 points last night in game 3 or Monday. And like that right there, when you add in Cat, those are your best players. And Cat had a pretty good first 2 games of the series outside of the fourth quarter. Last night only had 11. So it's like when the rest of your best players aren't doing much, it makes things a heck of a lot harder on you. JJ Bleday just hit a lead-taking home run, solo shot in the top of the 7th.
So was it 3-2 now?
Yes.
Oh.
I missed the home run, but I saw the ball land in the stands. So yeah, he just needs more help.
Yeah.
And I said this when we were out in the office talking to Evan and Richard, but I just can't say it enough. The Spurs are just gonna be a problem, man. Keldon Johnson, Vassell, Castle, Fox, Dylan Harper, all of these dudes are
Champagne.
so young. I mean, the only guy whose name I just said who isn't like ridiculously young is De'Aaron Fox, and like they're all good ball handlers. They all can shoot it. They can all play defense, and that's gonna make things a lot harder on the Knicks throughout the rest of this series because they have so many dudes they can throw at Brunson.
Yeah.
Like, they have so many dudes.
And then that back to that
Every
game.
single player I just said can defend Jalen Brunson. It's not like they'll stop him, but when you have literally 7 dudes that you can throw at the other team's best player to try and defend him, I mean, you always have a fresh defender on him. And not only that, but all of these guys are bigger than him. Kyle Stewart just slashed one between the shortstop and the third baseman.
And this was the thing. ESPN didn't do what I wanted. But in that Game 2 comeback in the fourth quarter by the Knicks to where they got it, I think they actually tied it, or actually took the lead at one point. But they just started face guarding Brunson one-on-one. And I think he only had, 3 points in the fourth quarter. Or maybe in that comeback he only had 3 points. But, I mean, it's weird how they can face guard him one-on-one in the last 3 minutes and can shut him down, but the rest of the game, when they're not the word I'm looking for, they're not tired yet in the game, they can't do anything to stop him.
I don't think that there's anything that anyone can do to stop Jalen Brunson. Like, you just have to try your best against him. He's just one of those guys that's going to go out and get his. And, you know, first 2 games, they did an okay job of that. They made him inefficient. He had 30 in Game 1, but he only shot 38%. Game 2, it was even worse. He had 20 points and shot 28%. But there's only so much that you can do to hold a guy like him down. I mean, like I said, he's just going to go and get his. Something I'm a little surprised about, the Knicks, at some point during the season, the Spurs cut Jeremy Shohan. And the Knicks ended up picking him up. He hasn't played. I mean, has he played at all in the series yet? It says he played in Game 3, but he didn't register a minute. So he wasn't in there very long.
Was it a substitution the last
10 seconds?
couple seconds of the first half?
Something like that.
So yes, from 3:13 on, when it was 97 to 82 in favor of the Knicks, Brunson was 0 for 2 from 3, 1 for 2 from the floor, and 1 for 2 from the free throw line with 2 turnovers.
You said in the last 3 minutes of Game 3?
Yeah, 2. So if the Spurs can defend him like that, maybe in the second or third quarter when New York seems to take, on Game 2, they outscored him 42 to 24 42 to 24 in the second quarter. If they could guard Brunson better than that, then hell, who knows? I mean, the Spurs still came back and won, but I mean, maybe it's not as close as what it was.
Yeah. And I talked about earlier how the Knicks have kind of dominated the middle parts of the game. Well, in Game 3, they outscored the Spurs by 18 in the second quarter, 42 to 24.
Mm-hmm.
And if it wasn't for that, I mean, the Spurs would have it would have been a real beatdown in that one.
So, yeah, I mean, Game 4 tonight, it's going to have to start this with the same intensity. Spurs have to try and have another huge first quarter and try to get the crowd out of it as quickly as possible, I think.
Yeah. So I'm still saying, actually, no. I think last week I said Spurs and 6. So I'm changing that from Spurs and 6. I still think the Spurs are going to win this. I think it's going to be Spurs in 7.
I'll agree. I think I said Spurs in 5 last week. God, I was wrong. But I'll say Spurs in 7. Because, like you said, Brunson needs help, and if Cat keeps struggling, and I mean, I'm not really struggling if he's only taking 6 shots in the fourth quarter, but I mean, if he's not doing anything in the fourth quarter, I mean, he doesn't have the help.
Yeah, because later and later it gets into the game, the Spurs, they're just gonna kind of more and more focus on.
All you got to do
Brunson,
is you could double team Brunson.
And look, he's amazing and all, but at some point, the pressure might mount. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But we will see.
Yeah. It will. I mean, this is definitely like you said. I mean, it's 2-1. It's been an exciting series. I mean, was the largest win was 8, I think, and that was game 1. So hopefully the Spurs can get back and even the series going into San Antonio. If they get game 4 tonight, and they can come out and keep the momentum going into San Antonio, I really think they could come back and win it in New York in 6.
See, and I said that to Evan when we were out in the office earlier. This is so hard to, you lose the first 2 and then turn around and you do the reverse sweep.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a small part of me that thinks it's going to happen, but yeah, that's a real tough one.
I was listening to a reel on Instagram today that this guy who has 2 season Knicks tickets, I think he said he paid like $3,000 for them. And he said somebody offered him, for either game 3 or game 4, offered him $50,000 for it. And the guy goes, I don't care, just if you want to do it, let me know which one. Shit. I mean, you come in 2-0, you come back home. I would have sold game 3, and then if you have a chance to see your team win it at home in 4, hopefully you sold one of them. I mean, that's plus $47,000 on your return.
Yeah.
How many more season tickets can you buy for the next handful of years? Probably get better seats.
A lot.
Ugh. But yeah, it's insane. I think the last I looked, I think a standing room only ticket for game 3 was $1,200.
I'm surprised it's that low.
I mean, it's standings. I mean, that's it.
Still. Like, every seat I saw was, like, above $8,000.
Holy fuck.
Like, yeah.
I'm sorry. You could guarantee my team to win, and the best player is going to score 110 points, and I'm not paying $8,000 for a fucking ticket.
I mean, it's one of those things. It depends on how much money you got.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
people in New York got the money.
You got $50 million.
Fuck it, yeah, $8,000. That's a drop in the pan.
Yeah. So.
All right. Anything else about the NBA?
This is. I guess.
Quit looking at your phone,
Andy.
Andy.
A little bit has to do with the finals. Frickin', I was watching Colin Cowherd and Nick Wright yesterday, and this was hilarious. Nick Wright didn't want to spend like the ridiculous prices that those tickets are costing.
Mm-hmm.
So he bet that the Knicks would win Game 3. And he bet enough that if the Knicks would have won Game 3, he could have bought a ticket to Game 4.
Oh. Damn.
So sucks for him that he lost $4,000 or whatever, but
yeah, because you probably
not the worst idea in the world.
No, but I mean, you got to figure the Knicks were probably favored in Game 3, so I mean, you'd have to bet a lot to make money on that.
Like I said, he said he bet enough to where he would have been able to buy a ticket. So we're talking $4,000 or $5,000.
I mean, let's see, what is it right now for tonight's game? It is San Antonio plus 114. So the Knicks are at minus 135.
Oh, okay. It must not be as bad as what I maybe what I was seeing was fake, because I am seeing that you can find tickets for tonight for $3,900.
$3,900?
Yeah.
So to make money, to get a ticket for that,
It looks like 35 is the lowest I'm seeing.
you'd have to bet $5,000 and then you win 36 back.
Well, no. Let's be clear. I'm pretty sure he meant, like, the wager and the winnings. He would be able to buy a ticket.
Oh,
So, it would have been like he would have had to bet like $2,000 or something.
okay.
But also, I don't know. Maybe these prices are a little lower than what they were for Game 2 or for Game 3.
Let's see, the cheapest it looked like for Game 3 on StubHub and SeatGeek was $4,000. Damn. And premium floor seats surpassing $100,000.
Oh, that's not shocking.
No. But I mean, when you've got, only people that sit on the floor are actors.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think that does it for the finals. Where are we moving to next?
Oh, I've said it the last couple of years, or the last couple of weeks, that I like the fact, I like how aggressive they're allowing.
Defense to be?
Yeah, but I just wish that they would be kind of consistent with it, because it just seems like a lot of the calls are not consistent at all. Dang it, Zach. I like Zach Maxwell, but hustle, big man.
Oh. Ooh,
Sal Stewart just make it Spencer Steer? No, it was Sal Stewart. Just made a nice play at first to stop a ball going through the hole. And if Zach Maxwell would have hustled to first base, we would have gotten the out and gotten out of the inning. But he didn't. Still 2-3, bottom of the seventh.
Mm.
So, to play or not to play? That is the question with Brendan Sorsby.
Well, the answer is he gets to play.
For now.
Yeah.
Until the NCAA finds their judge. I did think it was kind of good on the initial judge who they tried to take the case to. He recused himself. He said, "I'm not going to be involved in this. This is dirty. I don't want this." But then they were able to find another, like a retired judge from the Dallas area, who they were able to get to let him play. Evidently, it also had like a 2-game suspension attached to it. What? Sorry. I think he got thrown out. Ooh. I'll have to send you the highlights tonight so you can throw this play in there at this moment. Oh, I think he just got in there, just barely. That's a great angle. Great steal.
Let me find. Get out of here. Because Texas Tech's AD released a statement today. Oh, God. Let me zoom in so I can see it. Oh, God. That's too small. I don't want the fucking Twitter one, because that's the one I can't zoom in on. I mean, Texas Tech is paying him $5 million to come there and play, so hopefully.
6.
Oh, it's 6?
Yeah.
Oh.
About the whole situation, though, I will say, like, I think the best point I've heard about the whole situation is that all these other universities that break all these rules at any opportunity they get to do it, they all need to shut up. Like, y'all would be breaking these rules if you were in the same situation. You guys are not the ones to turn around and cry foul.
Which ones are doing that?
I heard Colin specifically mention Georgia yesterday. So I'm assuming that Kirby or someone at Georgia said something. Yeah, like all these universities. Or he also made mention of USC, who, you know, is completely responsible for the downfall of the Pac-12.
Let's see. You were mentioning, yes, it does come with a 2-game suspension. He'll have to sit out against Abilene Christian and Oregon State.
Oh.
If you lose those 2, then...
But, hey, let's go Oregon State. The revamped Pac-12. Let's get them. Go Beavers.
Georgia and Nebraska ADs have vowed not to schedule Texas Tech moving forward, and Big Ten reportedly wants a conference-wide
ban?
Moratorium on playing the Red Raiders in any sport. Damn, I understand football, but fuck, what, you going to take them out and everything else?
I mean, why not? If you're willing to cheat here. To a certain extent, though, I understand why Texas Tech is doing it. I mean, the NCAA just enacted, like, earlier this year, I'm pretty sure, this new rule about ghost transfers, like back in April or something. Hang on. This is from April. D1 cabinet finalizes process for ghost transfer violations.
I mean, this whole thing started because he bet in 2 years, I don't know, it doesn't say exactly how long. Oh no, his freshman year at Indiana, he placed 40 bets on his own team, approximately $90,000. That's why this whole shit started.
Did I read it wrong? I thought he placed over 9,000 bets.
No, he placed, the Texas Tech quarterback had wagered approximately $90,000 across his freshman and sophomore year at Indiana, including $90,000 across college and professional sports, including 45 bets placed on his own team while he was with Indiana in 2022.
Yeah, he placed over 10,000 wagers.
God damn.
Across multiple gambling apps. Stacking up to about $90,000 over his college career, and 40-ish of them had to do with his team.
Let's see. I'll just read the AI dumbed down version. After Texas Tech was notified, Sorsby entered a 35-day residential treatment program in Arizona for clinically diagnosed gambling and anxiety disorders. However, the NCAA ultimately ruled him permanently ineligible and denied the university's appeal for the reinstatement. In response to that, a Lubbock County District Court judge granted him a preliminary injunction that blocks the NCAA ban and clears him to play for the 2026 season, and cites mitigating circumstances like his mental health and the fast-approaching NFL draft deadline. Let's see. Many coaches and athletic directors in the Big 12, Big 10, SEC, are outraged with the ruling that betting on your own sport and your own team is a fundamental violation of competitive integrity. But you cannot tell me that these fuckers do not place bets on them themselves. They'll have somebody else place the bet for them.
I mean, I don't know. Like, what does Kirby or anyone in those administrations, like, why do they have the need to bet?
True.
So much money. That doesn't mean that they're not.
Right.
I mean,
Kirby just, here, 5,000, bet on us to win the championship back-to-back years.
So just real quick, Gino hit a tack-on homer. 4-2 Reds. But yeah, the whole ghost runner thing I was just mentioning, it says on April 1st, the cabinet has adopted recommendations for...
Transfer, not runner.
Yes, I'm sorry. Because I'm literally watching baseball. It got me off track. My bad. Ghost transfer. On April 1st, the cabinet adopted a recommendation from the Football Bowl Subdivision Oversight Committee to automatically penalize schools for circumventing transfer rules and adding to rosters or playing, quote, ghost transfers. The penalty, which applies to all sports, includes a suspension of the team's head coach for up to 50% of the season and a fine equivalent to 20% of the sport's annual budget. Are triggered automatically and expected to be self-applied by the schools. So, to bring me back to a couple minutes ago, the whole thing where I was like, I kind of get why Texas Tech is doing it. They don't have an option to go and get another quarterback. Like,
right.
And I think this is correct, like this whole new ghost transfer ruling. Because beforehand, before they came out with this new rule, with the whole Sorsby deal, when Texas Tech found out that he got in trouble, they could have just picked up the phone and started calling all the quarterbacks across the country and been like, "Hey, who doesn't think they're going to be a starter and who wants to be a starter? We got a bunch of money for you. Just decide that you're leaving that school and then decide that you're coming to Texas Tech, and magically you'll have millions of dollars pop in your bank account." I love the fact that they made it so that they can't do that. Mm-hmm. But it also kind of forced Texas Tech's hand, because with all the money that they're pouring into football now, with the fact that NIL is legal and all, you can't go into the season without a quarterback that you trust. And I don't know where he went, but I'm assuming the guy who was the quarterback for him last year left.
No, he tore his ACL 6 games in. They were 5-1 to that point.
What's his name?
Will Hammond. He's a junior. Last year he had 680 yards passing, 7 touchdowns to 3 interceptions.
Really? He didn't transfer? I'm a little shocked he didn't.
I mean, in all of his games, he completed over 40% of his 40. His worst completion percentage game was 43.8. So I mean, over 4% in each game.
Yeah, but you got to be like 55, 60 to be like considered accurate as a quarterback.
Well, he had 3 games: 59.5, 60, 81.3. And then on the ground, he added on another. Let's see, that's 120, 200 and 200 and change, and 4 touchdowns.
Oh, so he did end up completing 63% of his passes. Maybe I misheard you. I don't know. That's crazy he didn't transfer.
So let's see, just looking at Texas Tech's schedule next year, weeks 1 and 2 that Sorsby will be suspended for is Abilene Christian and Oregon State. He will return for the conference opener the 3rd week against Houston, then Sam Houston. Then they're at Colorado, home for Arizona State, at Cincinnati. Ooh, God, that would be an interesting one to go to. Fucking everybody there. If he's playing, boo the shit out of him. And then home for Arizona, West Virginia, and then on the road at Oklahoma State and Baylor. Oh, and then finishes with TCU.
You know what's special about Oklahoma State?
What?
That's where Tarps all started.
Oh, God.
They were 1-11 last year.
Were they really that bad?
Yes, they were.
Holy shit, they were. And they won their first game, and that was it.
You know, maybe this is a wild prediction to make, but I will say even with Sorsby, they will not make the playoffs. They're going to get the best shot from every single team they play this year. And what was that schedule? I'm looking to pull it up now. Again.
I mean, the Big 12's not. I mean, they got Texas. Oh, they don't even have to play BYU. But yeah, they have a projected Texas Tech, BYU, and Houston, the top contenders for the Big 12 this season. Projected Texas Tech to go 11-1.
Or maybe they will make the playoffs.
I mean, are they preseason ranked? Let's see.
Has that even happened yet?
Maybe not.
No, we just have the final from last year.
Oh.
Yeah, they probably will. I was trying to talk up the Big 12 for a minute. I couldn't keep it, though. You said they're projected to go 11-1?
Yeah.
What's that one loss? They're saying they're going to lose to...
Houston, maybe. The first week of the Big 12.
Oh, okay. I was going to say. So, we're going to play around with some NFL schedules?
We can, yeah.
What website did you even have pulled up last week?
I have to find it. NFL Schedule Predictor 2026.
Oh, I found the one you've been using the last couple of weeks.
I just found it too. All right, so I don't even remember all the teams we've done. I know we did the Rams and the Browns last week because of the Myles Garrett trade. And I think we did the rest of the NFC West just to see how it would shape out.
I know we haven't done the Ravens. I think that's the only AFC North team we haven't done.
All right, so let's pull it up. Are you doing your own?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, then I guess we can just go and just do it.
a pretty tough schedule.
They do.
Week 1 is at the Colts. Week 2 is home for the Saints. Week 3 is at the Cowboys. Week 4, they have the Titans at home. Week 6, they're on the road for the Falcons. Week 7, they're on the road against the Browns. Week 8, the Bengals go to Baltimore. Somehow I got my weeks mixed up. Week 7, the Bengals go to Baltimore. Week 8, Baltimore goes to Buffalo. Week 9, they're at home versus the Jags. Week 10, they get the Cardinals, the Chargers at home. What?
You're just messing them up all bad.
Then week 11, they have the Panthers. That is a home game. Week 12 is a home game versus the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
Then they have their bye week in week 13. They get the Bucks in week 14 at home. The Steelers on the road. Then at home versus the Browns. Oh, that's a tough way to finish the schedule. 4 straight AFC North games.
Jesus.
Like I said, Steelers on the road, Browns at home, Bengals on the road, Steelers at home.
You got yours done?
Not quite.
Okay. I can wait.
Go ahead and pop yours up and talk about it.
I got them going 11-6. I got them losing. Actually, I got them losing the first 2 weeks. And then they go on a 4-game winning streak. Then they lose to the Bengals and the Bills. And then I'm going to take Carolina for an upset in that Week 11 matchup. But 11-6 will probably either win the division or at least a wild card spot.
We're similar. I think the one major difference is I have them losing to the Falcons.
You do.
I think just about everything else is the same.
I had them beating the Texans. And I think that's... Nope.
You also had...
I had the Bills beating them, but they beat the Jaguars and the Chargers. So not too far off. What team do we want to do now?
Let's have fun. Let's do the Titans.
The Titans?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So the Titans are at home week 1 versus the Jets, at home week 2 versus the Eagles. They go to New York to play the Giants week 3. Week 4, they get the Ravens in Baltimore. Week 5, they get the Titans at home. Well, Ferguson just gave up his first run of the season.
Damn it.
Still up 1 in the 8th. I thought we were in the 9th already. Crap. Yeah, week 5, they get the Texans at home. Week 6.
Colts on the road.
Yep.
Week 7, home for the Browns. 8, at the Bengals. Week 9 is their bye week. The Jaguars, week 10 at home. Then they're on the road week 11 and 12 with Dallas and the Jaguars. Back home. Good Lord, they don't have an easy schedule. Home for the Commanders, on the road for the Lions, and at home, good Lord, it's bouncing back and forth. On the road for the Lions, at home for Indy, on the road for the Raiders, at home for Pittsburgh and on the road for Texans. All right. You done?
No. All right, I guess that's what I got.
We're not going to lose to the damn Titans.
I knew you were gonna say that. I just feel like there's probably one game that we don't think they're gonna win that they're going to.
Hold on, you want to see mine?
Sure.
Watch how little changes. We both have them beating the Browns and the Jets, and that's it.
See, I thought about the Giants game.
I don't know. I mean, the creatine Caucasians are just going to come back in full force, and Scadaboo won't have a concussion yet by then.
That's week 3. They'll have time.
Oh.
I could see them maybe also. I could see them getting 4.
What would be the other 2?
Well, remember, I have them winning 3.
Oh, yeah.
So the other one would be like the Raiders.
Okay. I could see him sneaking in there and getting the Steelers in Week 17 also. Or if Houston's already got the playoff spot locked up, I mean, why the hell do we need to play anybody in Week 18?
I don't even know if they have to try to beat them.
That is true.
Oh. I mean, maybe if the Steelers are like down and out, then they'll get that one. But I picked you guys just because it's a division game and those are weird.
Jacksonville's in there too.
Yeah, but you guys can't beat them down in Tennessee.
No, we don't beat Jacksonville in Jacksonville. All right, I think we got the time to do one more schedule if you want. Let's go. You know what, why don't we do the Chargers? I don't think we did the Chargers.
I think you're right now that I see it. That's a tough one.
It is, because I don't think they're going to be that good, but it's like crap. You know, we could see the Harbaugh brothers back in the Super Bowl again. If John buys a ticket to the game. All right, I think I'm done with mine.
I am too. I guess it didn't end up as good as what I thought it'd be. But there's so much of like, I just could see the Chargers finding ways to screw this up. I mean, that's a tough schedule.
What do you got them going?
10-7.
So do I.
I'm just flipping them around a little bit.
I think. Let's see. I got them win, loss, win before their bye week. So do you. Then the same ones. After the bye week, you got loss, win. I got loss, win, loss. Then I've got win, loss. Yeah, not a lot different. I just can't go across that cross-country travel. So I got the Patriots losing and then them losing to the Bucks the next week.
Yeah, I understand. It's all right. I guess that's going to do it for this week's episode of Play by Play. Don't forget to like the show. Share it on all the social media platforms, and we'll see you guys next week.